Welcome to our session on environmental ethics, focusing on its crucial role in policy and governance. Today, we will explore how we can effectively balance nature's needs with human development. Let us now explore the foundational principles of environmental ethics that guide our actions. These core principles provide important guidance for developing effective environmental policy and governance. First, we have the vital concept of sustainability. This involves carefully balancing our present needs without compromising future generations' ability to meet theirs. Next, we consider the principle of conservation. Conservation focuses on actively protecting our natural resources and preserving the rich biodiversity of our planet. Another key principle is justice. Environmental justice ensures a fair distribution of both environmental benefits and any associated burdens. Finally, intergenerational equity is a very important concept. This principle ensures that essential resources are preserved and available for all future generations. Let us now turn our attention to India's specific legal framework for environmental protection. We will examine key acts and constitutional directives that shape environmental policy in India. First, India's constitution provides a clear constitutional mandate. Article 48 A directs the state to actively protect and improve the environment. Moreover, Article 51 AG makes it a fundamental duty for citizens to protect nature. The Environmental Protection Act of 1986 is a significant piece of legislation. This act provides a comprehensive framework for environmental governance across the country. It also plays a crucial role in controlling various forms of pollution. Next, we have the Wildlife Protection Act, enacted in 1972. This act is specifically designed to protect endangered species from harm. It also broadly safeguards the rich biodiversity found throughout India. Finally, the Forest Conservation Act of 1980 is another important law. Its primary purpose is to restrict deforestation and prevent the loss of forest cover. This act also actively promotes afforestation efforts, encouraging new tree planting. We will now discuss the core ethical principles that are embedded within environmental law. These principles are fundamental in guiding all environmental policy decisions and actions. First, let us consider the precautionary principle. This principle emphasizes preventing environmental harm even before it fully occurs. It encourages taking action, even when there is some scientific uncertainty about potential risks. Next, we have the important polluter pays principle. This principle states that polluters must be held financially responsible for their environmental impact. This financial responsibility specifically covers any environmental damage they cause. Another crucial concept is intergenerational equity, which we discussed earlier. This principle ensures that natural resources are preserved for the benefit of future generations. It aims to ensure that future generations inherit a healthy and sustainable planet. Now, let us explore some landmark global environmental pacts that shape international cooperation. These agreements represent collective action for the vital protection of our planet. First, the Montreal Protocol, established in 1987, is a key example. This protocol successfully phased out substances that deplete the ozone layer. Its implementation directly led to a significant recovery of the ozone layer. The Rio Earth Summit, held in 1992, was another pivotal event. This summit actively promoted the concept of sustainable development worldwide. A major outcome was the adoption of Agenda 21, a comprehensive action plan. Then, the Kyoto Protocol from 1997 introduced new measures. This protocol legally binds countries to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. It specifically targeted a range of harmful greenhouse gases. More recently, the Paris Agreement, signed in 2015, is highly significant. This agreement aims to limit global warming to a safe level. It specifically targets keeping warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. Let us now consider some significant challenges faced in environmental governance. These are obstacles that often hinder the effective implementation of environmental policies. A major issue is the lack of enforcement, leading to ineffective implementation of environmental laws. We also see corporate influence, where lobbying often weakens important environmental regulations. Short-term economic priorities frequently place immediate profits over long-term sustainability goals. Climate change denial, or the refusal to act on scientific evidence, poses a serious threat. Finally, Global inequality means that developing nations often struggle with the costs of environmental measures. Let us now outline a structured approach for an ethical environmental decision process. The first step in this process is to clearly identify the issue at hand. Next, it is crucial to thoroughly assess all relevant stakeholders involved. Then, we need to carefully evaluate the full impact, both short and long term. Following this, we must thoughtfully apply relevant ethical principles to guide our choice. The final step is to implement the decision and continuously monitor its effectiveness. Now, let us consider why public participation matters so greatly in environmental issues. Engaging the public is essential for enhancing the quality of environmental decision making. Public involvement greatly increases transparency in policy development and implementation. This ensures fair policies, preventing corruption and fostering public trust. It also strongly promotes social justice within environmental policy. Public participation protects marginalized communities from disproportionate environmental harm. Furthermore, it leads to better decisions overall. This is because it integrates diverse knowledge and expertise from various sources. Public involvement also contributes to conflict prevention. It helps reduce disputes and disagreements over the use of natural resources. Finally, it raises public awareness about environmental issues. This empowers citizens to actively participate in protecting their local environment. Let us now look at some ethical dilemmas in practice, drawn from real-world examples. These cases often highlight real-world conflicts between corporate profit and planetary health. Consider the ongoing issue of Amazon deforestation. Here, corporate profit directly conflicts with the devastating loss of biodiversity. This also leads to indigenous displacement due to expanding agribusiness operations. A significant challenge is the weak enforcement of existing conservation laws in the region. Another prominent example is the Volkswagen emission scandal. In this case, companies deliberately misled regulators for significant financial profit. These excess emissions severely harmed public health and air quality. Ultimately, this scandal damaged consumer trust in so-called clean diesel technology. We will now discuss various ways to strengthen environmental governance globally. These pathways aim to create a more ethical and sustainable future for everyone. First, we need stronger enforcement with strict penalties for environmental violations. Global cooperation is also essential, with countries working together on climate challenges. Developing eco-friendly policies can incentivize and support green businesses and innovations. Increased public participation involves citizens actively in environmental decision-making processes. Finally, sustainable financing is crucial to fund green projects globally. To summarize, let us review the key takeaways from our discussion today. These are the most important points to remember from our exploration of environmental ethics. We learned that environmental laws integrate ethical principles to ensure long-term sustainability. Both Indian and international frameworks play a vital role in protecting nature. Judicial activism, particularly in India, actively upholds environmental justice through its rulings. Significant challenges include corporate influence and the weak enforcement of existing laws. We also found that public participation is absolutely crucial for effective environmental policies. Ultimately, ethical governance balances the critical interests of profit, the planet, and its people.